You've taught us a lot, Carlos. You've shown us what true friendship looks like. And you also proved that being the son of a villain doesn't make you evil. You showed us the importance of asking out our crushes no matter how nervous it makes us feel.
Jane? Would you be my date?
You're always there for your friends, and you're pretty much the best dog owner in the world. No matter what, you'll be in our hearts forever. Cameron Boyce was taken way too soon, but he will forever live on as Carlos from Descendants. Keep watching for 10 of Carlos's best moments from the Descendants franchise. The Carrot Cake. Carlos from the Descendants films may have been one of the cool kids on the aisle, but he was just another awkward teen with a crush at Auradon Prep. He really had a thing for Jane, but he was so shy whenever he was around her. It didn't help that Jane was really shy too. We can't forget the time he tried to ask her out but totally freaked out instead.
You liked the carrot cake last night?
Real smooth, Carlos. And even that wasn't a great conversation starter because Jane had the pumpkin pie. Awkward. Say hi to the missus. Oh, Carlos. Even when he's getting into trouble, he can't help but be a good guy. In the first movie, he and the other VKs break into the museum. When the security phone rings, Carlos answers it. He uses his mad computer skills to help whoever is on the other end answer a question, and he's so friendly about it.
Yeah, okay. Say hi to the missus.
Poor Carlos. Mal and Jay definitely loved being villains, but it was never really Carlos's idea of a good time. In Descendants 2, Mal wants to know if Carlos misses being bad.
Carlos, don't you ever miss screaming at people and just making them run away from you?
Carlos dropped a truth bomb on Mal. He says that the person who screamed was his mother, and she was usually screaming at him. So he does not miss his VK life. Mal definitely needed a reality check, and Carlos was there to give her one. A terrible liar. Carlos is a lot of things, but a good liar isn't one of them. He's not always quick on his feet when he needs to create an excuse. In Descendants 2, he's trying to cover for Evie, who has returned to the Isle of the Lost.
She went camping.
Doug is immediately suspicious because Evie is a total diva. She would never sleep outside. But Carlos tries to play it off. No one is buying that excuse, Carlos. Rotten to the core. Who can forget the first time we saw Carlos's killer dance moves? He revealed his awesome dancing skills in the song Rotten to the Core. He did flips through the orphanage and trashed the market, and he looked so cool doing it. Plus, his voice sounded amazing when he sang the bridge. We were seriously impressed with his moves and his voice. We're pretty sure that was the moment that we started loving Carlos. And of course, we know that Carlos is the opposite of rotten. We're family. We all need a friend who can tell us the hard stuff, and Carlos is definitely that friend. He isn't afraid to call out his BFFs when they aren't being good friends. He reminds them that they're all family, and they've been through a lot together.
We're your family too. We've been through a lot together.
We could all use a Carlos in our lives. My printer, my crown.
No. We'll be the laughingstock of the league. And what's gonna happen next? We'll have girls playing tourney? Come on, guys.
Can we all agree that Chad Charming is ridiculous? He kept breaking into Carlos's room in Descendants 2. Carlos used his awesome computer skills to take his 3D printer to the next level, and Chad was so jealous. It's so funny when he catches Chad in his room on the phone with Audrey.
She got a flat tire in Sherwood Forest, and she wants me to go fix it.
Chad had just made himself a crown with the printer. Carlos plays it cool and demands Chad to give him the crown. After all, it is his printer. Run, Carlos, run! Cruella De Vil fed her son a lot of lies about dogs.
Mom said they're rabid pack animals who eat boys who don't behave.
But Carlos had never actually met a dog. So when Dude runs onto the tourney field, he is freaked. He takes off running and just doesn't stop. It was totally hilarious. It's definitely one of Carlos's funniest moments of all of the movies. The look on Ben's face when Carlos just keeps running is priceless. Carlos and Jane. It may have taken him a while to get the courage, but Carlos finally asks Jane out. And it's the sweetest moment ever. He asks her to cotillion, and then he wants to know if they can be more than friends.
Would you consider maybe being more than friends?
And Jane is so excited. She says she's the luckiest girl in the world, and we agree. Then she hugs Carlos. It's just too sweet. He looks surprised, but then he hugs her back. This moment gets us right in the feels every time. Carlos and Dude. If there's any love story better than Carlos and Jane, it's Carlos and Dude. Carlos spends most of the movies totally inseparable from Dude the dog, but there's nothing better than the moment he realizes dogs aren't evil. It shows him that his mom was wrong, which is important for his character growth, and for the first time, he experiences unconditional love. Dude is everything that Carlos needed. What is your favorite Carlos moment? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button.